video here I just stumbled across on YouTube. I believe it's a white woman on TikTok or something. There must have been something where black women were comparing themselves to white women. And this is her clapback, and it's being reacted to by this gentleman here, which belongs to Jay Hustler Podcast. So I'll probably put him in the description so you can go back and see his podcast. But anyway, let it roll. It's good stuff.
Yeah, what's happening with your peeps? You know what it is. Let's get into it.
You are not better than. Neither are we. But if we did go tit for tat, I mean, do y'all really want to start taking polls? Because if y'all want to do the who's got the best twerk and who can do the y'all got it. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. Let's take a poll.
Man, she start off already cold. She's consistently right. Yo, it ain't too many white females on these platforms that's coming up and they're really telling the truth and they're really speaking on how they feel. And that's what's in today's society. There's so much truth being hidden and so many truth that's just not being said. Only because they feel like they're getting this backlash or this.
This is kind of a reason why I started this channel and why I'm letting this guy talk, because they will respect they have more respect for you if you're honest about the way you feel. If we're honest about the way we feel, they'll understand that, it's just our children and the future we're concerned with. And they see this as doing what as they would do. They don't see it as weakness. They see it as doing being a good human. That's what they do for theirs. That's what everybody does. We all tribe up to a degree.
Discriminate or just saying that they're racist. But I really commend her from what she's speaking on this, and she really cooking off the top, and she doing a little bit of trolling. So I'm gonna let her get back cooking because she ought to spitting some stuff.
See,
Poll on feminine, soft spoken, waking up all natural with nothing but naturalness.
yeah, just get that Sydney.
Do y'all want to start taking polls on very specific things? Because this delusion is holding you back. You think you're up,
Fake hair is not
and
cool.
you're not. I'm really frustrated that y'all made me have to do this. You're just gonna label me a racist. She's a racist. Why? Because she can speak the truth bluntly. So y'all don't like that. Y'all don't like that. Y'all need
Go ahead and
someone
spit shit.
your feelings. That's why you surround yourself with a lot of people that feel just like you, and y'all bump each other up, and y'all are all in this big crowd, and the whole world is looking at you right now like, you lose.
That was a very
And it's not because you're okay. It's
Yo,
because of how you're acting. It's based off your actions and your words and your behavior. I know y'all. I know these brothers been trying to tell y'all this for a long time. They've been trying to tell y'all. Y'all didn't want to listen to them, right? Then they go tell the white tea girls and like, oh, tell the brothers told you like they did. Let me look at you. Shit, fuck, they didn't lie. No lies detected. So
goddamn boy, she goddamn. Shorty's really spitting some stuff right there, man, and she's pretty much having the uncomfortable conversation, man. And that's what I respect about this video. She's laying it all out there on the line regardless of how you feel, what you may think, because a lot of black women will get up on these platforms and say what they got to say, and they're clocking this and they're clocking that. So, but they get no, but they get no pushback. They get no, accountability for what they're saying and spewing all these kind of false and absurd behavior. But when you got someone on the other side of the fence that can see all of this and see through y'all BS, then someone that's calling it out like she's doing and come at her for that, cause yo, she really cooked. So I'm gonna let her get back cooking on this. Gotta bring in that fire.
Stereotypes, right? There's stereotypes, and we can't do stereotypes, and we can't do it. When we can, right? We can over here, we can over there. Wait, this is okay, that's not okay, y'all. y'all have made a lot of this little gray area. It could just be, black and white and okay, but y'all want a gray area. So here's the gray area for you. Now you're just all in your feelings and you can't figure shit out. Now you're just going to go battle yourself and be like, we are better. We are. Take it off, put it on, take it off. I don't know what to do with myself.
God,
you shouldn't have done that. You did this to yourself. You did this to yourself. It's not a hate thing. It's an I'm no longer going to pet your feelings thing. We did that and it's backfired. And now it's backfiring because now we're sick of it. Dang. It's like we spoiled the child and now we got to here's the consequences.
It's funny how she puts it. It really hits home.
They did. They finally broke the YT people from it. They did. I mean, they kind of like pushed them out. Like, there's only a few of them left. You'll run across your YT people every once in a while. You're just like, yeah, you're one of those, but not much, right? Because they weeded them out. Now we gotta weed these out. Shit. Because we're actually truly as one. We're all God's people, right? Why are y'all trying to preach that God don't want this? God doesn't, it's God's only for this. What? No. Why are you teaching that? God is disappointed in you. You are using his name to really misdirect his words and teachings. What? Sorry, Lord. But what?
And this right here, I kind of agree with her on this one because
we are all God's children.
I agree with her on this because a lot of women would take what she's saying of face value. Some of them that's really, and this is not all towards, different types of ethnics or certain black women, but mainly towards black women, really the ones that's, got the stuck up attitude and feel like that certain races should be, hey, you go with where you appreciate it and not where you tolerate it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Black guys, if you want to date you a white girl or Asian girls, Hispanic, hey, that's on you. As long as you and that person got something correlating and y'all got that chemistry, you know what I'm saying? Y'all do what y'all gotta do, man. And that goes for other y'all ladies, that's that goes vice versa. But what's really being frowned upon is women is looking at black guys a certain type of way because they move with a different type of female, and some of them want you to sit there and kiss their ass and keep treating them like this queen status and stuff like that. But other women just want to just they're resting in their femininity and to come with the submission.
I think sometimes the black women, they're just aggressive as hell. And I mean, it's you can't deal with it.
And a lot of y'all sit here and think, well, what I'm being submissive for? I ain't got nothing to be submissive to. See, that's the problem. You got so much masculine in you. You don't want to sit here and hear what this pretty feminine, beautiful lady, and she's quite beautiful too. To be honest with you, I know most guys are really be sliding in her DMs. As a matter of fact, I think she got a black boyfriend. But who she with, and good luck to that guy. And Well, salute to him, as a matter of fact.
Right, right.
So
So
I'm gonna let her finish rocking on
tell
out
us a little bit.
and see what she had to say.
Decent piece.
And God doesn't like ugly.
He sure don't.
And if I need to pray for forgiveness for what I'm doing, I will. But right now, I just feel like some of you need to learn something. It's funny. It's funny. It's funny to get people up in an uproar over the truth. I like it. Do y'all like it? Because I like it. Y'all think it's
I
funny.
like
I
it
think it's
too.
funny. But then there's real. And there's real. And the real thing is, we've been trying to tell y'all. We've been trying. We just now trying to tell y'all. They are literally, the brothers are literally like, damn. They haven't. We've been trying to tell you. Y'all want y'all to be okay, man? Learn something. Your friends and your aunties and your cousins are lying
Well,
to you.
they ain't gonna learn nothing, Charlotte.
You
They
are
ain't
not
gonna learn nothing.
better
They're just
than.
gonna sit
Neither are
there
we.
and
Right.
what they're gonna do.
I mean, they're the most ignorant. I mean, and black women and black people in general, they can be the most intolerant of us. If a black kid tries to do well in school, they bully him and say, "Why are you trying to be white?" If a black kid is trying or black kid is trying to be is an overachiever or trying to make something of himself or do good in school, he's made fun of. That's so self-destructive. How do you expect to have a flourishing culture if you if you attach negative connotations to positive life skills, and it's like reinforcing the stereotype, like only white people are smart. What are you doing wasting your time? It's just ridiculous that people they make fun of their relatives and stuff that for being good at school or talking correctly with good grammar, or saying ask or escape or converse and not conversate like a moron. Like and they I mean, Michael Jackson is living proof of how rough they are on each other. Like he literally had his skin bleached and his face reconstructed because his family and his dad ribbed him and razzed him and bullied him so much. His father would, they'd talk about his wide nose, and his dad say, "Well, you didn't get it from me. It ain't from my side of the family. You must not be mine." His son's like a freaking Michael Jackson, and this guy's like, "You got too big of a nose. You ain't my kid." Like, what? That's absolutely insane. I mean, Michael Jackson was a good looking dude. I mean, big nose and all, black nose and all. That whole family was a good looking family. Those guys were superstars. White women love those guys. Michael Jackson, he was a good looking kid, for goodness sakes. Um, but I feel like, and he's kind of a tragedy. He's the culmination of that culture, like of making fun of your brother for having darker skin. A black person making fun of another black person for their skin being darker, or like making it into a hierarchy based on skin color, stuff you can't control. Like they have their own little caste system, and I think it's just sad. It's like, and this I think this is the pathology of the black community. They're so focused, hyper focused on race, and like they make fun of each other, and they have a hierarchy. The lighter skinned guys are up top, lighter skinned women up top, the more white you look up top, and they think everybody else sees them that way. And it's just not so. When I see a black person, I see a black person. It doesn't matter what color they are. I've seen some dark, like I went to school with a girl in high school in ninth grade. This girl was dark, but let me tell you something. She was African. There was no white in her. But let me tell you something. That was a good looking female. That was a good looking female. She had an African nose, but it was so feminine. It would she was literally the embodiment of femininity. She was tall, long legs, perfect figure, beautifully sculpted face, beautifully sculpted. I mean, she was up and that was 20 years ago maybe, and I still can picture that girl in my head. That is how beautiful she was, my friends. That's how good looking that girl was. I remember sat next to me in my math class, my algebra class. And she had a big butt, and she was like they say, like dark chocolate. It didn't look like she had any. It looked like maybe her parents were immigrants or something, but she was gorgeous, and man, she built like a brick shithouse. I mean, I would have dated her. I mean, I I intend on having kids with kids that'll look like me, but she, you know, she's she's one of the rare circumstances where I would possibly make an exception. And for some reason, it's only the women, the darker ones that I've seen a couple in my life that I thought were just whoa. And they were always more like the pure African ones. They just have this embodiment of femininity. They can. They can have this. It's truly an African femininity. And they can the ones that have it, they're freaking gorgeous. But I guess they're just few and far between, in my opinion. But it's kind of funny. You see how real recognizes real. It's not about, nobody cares about color anymore. What it's about behavior and stuff. And like I said, they're the worst perpetrators of this stuff. They to each other, and it's like they treat each other that way, and I feel like that's why they're so vicious against white people, because they kind of, it's like their release valve for that pressure of like what happened to Michael Jackson. His nose is too big, or his whatever, his hair's too kinky. And I think it's so sad, like, because having a coming from a culture, and feeling good about my culture, like, I am totally comfortable with me because I fit in, and that's why I care about America. I fit in. I don't stand out, and I that is a privilege, but it's a privilege that is no fault of my own. It's not. It's nobody else's. It's not a black person's fault that they're not from Europe. That this country was. The culture is what it is. And it's not. I have nothing against the Japanese for not wanting me to live there. There's a status quo, and I would disrupt that status quo. And it's the same thing here. There's a status quo, and they would disrupt our status quo. That was the whole point of segregation. It was to have spaces where white people could relax and be around each other and just relax. And I totally get that. We self segregate now, because no matter what, like, when you're around people of a different culture or a different gender, you tighten up a little bit, and you have to be on your best behavior, because you have to move differently than you would in the locker room. And because you have to move differently, it's tiring. It's tiring. That's why they had men's only clubs in Britain and England and India, because you could only be around women. You needed some way to get away from them. And I'm not saying that we need some way to get away from black people, but it's I'm used to dealing like with my own kind, and when I'm not dealing with my own kind, it can be tiring. Like, and they say the same thing about us. When, like, even black guys when they work in an office with a bunch of white people, they when they get home they breathe a sigh of relief and they let their hair down. You know, they don't like having to walk around all day like they have a stick up their ass. Walking on eggshells, and it's the same way vice versa, and it's just natural. It's a natural human inclination, the human condition. And I just thought this was kind of an interesting video just to see this colored guy's his point of view.